warning. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's session. Today, we're talking about a very interesting subject, and a subject that will help you all run your own businesses. A subject that's really important to everyone. Here we go. Okay, so today we're talking about strong business strategy. Business strategy that is important for anyone who wants to run and succeed in running a business. Can everybody hear me? Could you wave your hands if you could hear me, everyone? Everybody wave your hands. Thank you so much. So let's talk about what is business today. Who can tell me what is a business? Can anyone tell me what is a business? Who can put their hands up and tell me what is a business? Can you tell me? Okay, I need someone to share with me. Come on, you've all been to classes before. What is a business? Put your hands up. Who can tell me? What is a business? What is it? Is a business a place where people come and play? Or what do people do in business? What's the main aim of a business? Who wants to try? No one? Okay, good on you, Jacob. Tell me. All right, who have I got? Jacob, you need to switch on your camera if I'm to talk to you. Okay, let's try somebody with their camera on.
Melba. No, it's on. My camera is on.
Okay, very good, Jacob. Now I can see you. Tell me, Jacob, what is a business?
Okay, a business is a process. It's a process or an activity that involves exchange of goods and services with money.
Very good. So the aim of a business is to generate profit by selling goods or services. Would you agree with me, Jacob?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Much appreciated. Let's see if anybody else has any other ideas. Can anyone else give me a different idea of what is a business? Okay, let's talk to Omar. Omar, what is your idea of a business? Go ahead, Omar. Can you open your microphone? Go ahead. Oh. Omar? Yeah, what is a business, Omar? Oh, sorry, Melba. I've got Melba talking to me first. Go ahead, Melba. What is a business?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. For me, business is economics of commercial activity in which of exchange goods and service with a motto for maximum profit. Okay. It's you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Engaged to commercial, industrial, professional activities. It's the purpose of business is organize some of such economics production and good of the service.
Okay, very good. That's a good explanation. Thank you. Very good, Melba. Very good. Excellent. Okay, let's go on. You're welcome. Okay, let's try one more person. Go ahead, Ahma. Ahma A. Hi, Ahma. What's your idea of a business? Are you there, Ahma? Are you there, Ahma? Can you open your microphone and talk to me, young lady? Go ahead. Go ahead, Ahma. Open your microphone. Hi, Ahma. Open your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Tell me, what is a business? What do you think a business is?
Business is the process is service and sell by say and the organization around the world. That's I mean.
Very good. Excellent. Very good idea. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, let's go on. I'll talk to some of you again shortly. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. Thank you for answering that question, guys. Okay, so let me go back to the PowerPoint and let me share my slides with you. Okay, so what we just spoke about is what is a business. So a business is a person or a group of people who actually provide a service or a product in return for payment and with the aim of making a profit or at least breaking even. Well, for most businesses, making a loss or breaking even is not being successful. Businesses, for them to be successful, need to make a profit. That means after they buy the goods, sell the goods, and pay all the expenses, they must make a profit. So let's go on. What is a strong business strategy? A strong business strategy begins with formalizing a plan around three core elements: business objectives, target audience, and strategic management. They are the three main objectives. So when I say the three main objectives, they are the three main core elements or ingredients. When you bake a chocolate cake, you need chocolate, you need flour, you need baking powder, you need milk, you need butter. So the ingredients of a strong business strategy is to have clear business objectives. You have to identify your target market and your target audience, and you have to have a plan on how and who will manage your business. That's called strategic management. At the very foundation, or at the very simplest point, to be a good business, you must have a solid strategy. You must know what is the business you're actually trying to run, and what benefit or what service does your business provide to customers that customers cannot get from your competitors, or what makes you better than your competitors. So, in order to run a business that is going to be successful, you need people, you need a vision, you need objectives, and you need a strategy. Just saying, my vision is to open a food restaurant, sell food. My strategy is I'll cook the food and sell it. My vision is to sell food. That's not a business plan. That's somebody doing it without any experience. And most likely they will fail, because that's only a small business that you can run from outside your house. But is that a business where you're going to grow and become a company and become successful? No. So what I'm trying to teach you today is the basic foundation, not just to run a business from home when you feel like it, but to run a business where you're going to make a profit. You're going to run a business where you're going to make a profit. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Can you wave your hands? Everybody wave their hands? Everyone wave your hands, please. I only see one hand. We've got 200 students. Can everybody wave their hands? Now, I'm waiting for everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so let's go on to the lesson. So we need a vision, we need, and we need to have the right people to run the business. So before you start a business, you need to know the strategy. You need to know what your strategy is, and you need to know why you're running the business. You need to have a plan on how you're going to grow the business and make it more profitable. You need to have a plan on how you're going to diversify that business. How are you going to grow if you find that customers already have that product? How are you going to grow the business so you bring in more products to attract more customers? And last but not least, you must decide, are you doing this business only for a short time with the hope of selling it, making a profit, or is the strategy that you keep running the business till one day you'll retire and your children take it over for you? So what is the entry strategy? Why do we need an entry strategy? An entry strategy is where the business spells out all the important specifics. It outlines the business goals, an overview of the target market, precisely what you will sell there, expected sales, and how you will achieve those sales. So this is a plan of what you're going to sell, how you're going to sell it, to whom you're going to sell it, and how will you make profit. What is your cost? What is your profit after all costs are paid? A typical market entry can take 6 to 18 months to implement. So from the time you decide you want to start this business to the time that you actually find a supplier, market your product, target to the right consumer, and actually start selling, it should happen within 6 to 18 months. You should become profitable. So when you start, you don't expect to be profitable on day one. but you expect definitely to be profitable in the first 6 months and continue to be profitable for 18 months. And then at the 18-month point, you should be asking yourself, well, what do I have to do to keep my business profitable? So what does this require? What does all this mean to you? And how can you use this to make your business or the business that you work for more successful? You have decision factors. Number one, who's going to own this company? Am I going to be the sole owner? Is it going to be a private company with directors? Or am I going to have just one partner? You must ask yourself, where should I locate this business? Do I need to open a brick and mortar shop? Or am I going to put the business online? 3, what will marketing my product or service or running my company online do? Will it give me exposure to an international market? And will my product be purchased, or is there a demand for my product in offshore markets? You need other factors. You need to make sure you understand how you're going to control the business, the resource availability, from where are you going to get stock to sell or services to sell, and then what is your strategy once you start the business in your own country? Will you remain only in your country, in your city, in your village? Will you expand to every city in your country, or will you rely on an online business? All of these are questions that you have to answer in your strategy. They are you going to focus on exporting your products overseas? Are you going to license your product overseas for somebody to sell on your behalf? Are you going to have overseas branches which are a franchise of your business? Are you going to actually deliver your product or service through other specialized modes, which they could be through an online provider like Amazon, etc.? And are you going to use local investment, your own money, or are you going to go to foreign investors to invest in your business? All of these questions are questions that you need to deal with in your basic business strategy before you even ask yourself, am I ready to start a business? All right, so let's talk about strategy number 1. You can start by exporting your product to people all over the world. If you make your own product, if you are having a product made and it's your own design, you can decide to export it to other countries and have people sell it for you. On the other option, if you want your brand to become famous, you could license the brand to somebody in another country to open a store in that country and sell your brand. Now, if you don't want a license, you can opt for what we call franchise. Franchising is another way of getting people to represent you, where they pay you a fee every month to use your brand name and they sell your products. Franchising. Licensing is a bit different. Licensing is when you come up with a design and allow somebody in another country to make that design, copy that design, and sell it under your brand. So, what is a growth strategy? What is a growth strategy? A growth strategy, guys, is a plan that a company puts in place on how it wants to expand its business. A growth strategy is a plan on how people want their business to grow so they can generate more profit. I think I need to repeat my instructions to everybody. Aaron Adrich Rajas. You need to sit in front of the camera and sit there with your pen and paper rather than walk away. If you walk away from the camera again, I'll treat you as absent. Please understand, you must attend the class to get a certificate. Thank you. So, as I said, what you need to remember is the growth strategy is not about what you're going to do today, but how are you going to grow the business month to month? What are you going to do to get new customers? What new products can you introduce over the next 12 months, 24 months, 36 months? How are you going to constantly keep the business profitable? They could be by deciding new markets. They could be on opening new locations. They could be by selling your product through Amazon online, or they could be by buying somebody else's customer database. They could be on having mass social media campaigns to acquire new customers, or, as I said, by developing new products and expanding your product line to get people to buy off your product more often because they buy more products. They keep coming back to you because you regularly introduce new products. All right, so let's go on. So when we do this, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? You're basically looking for 4 elements, which I call DICS. And that is, first, you're looking to dominate your market. You're looking for dominance in the market you enter. You're looking to influence people to buy your product. And you're looking for a steady revenue. You want customers that will buy from you on a steady basis, time after time after time. And you need what's called conscientiousness. And when I say conscientiousness, you have to be willing and able to say, I'm going to run the business, and I understand that I might not make money in the first month, but I will do everything to try to make the business successful. So let's talk about a growth strategy. Number 1, identify your value proposition. What is your value proposition? That means identify what product you're going to sell, why your product is better than your competitors, and what is it that customers are looking for in your product. Identify who your target customers are. Understand which markets are you going to use to sell your product, and how much revenue can you generate from those markets. Look at your competition. Ask yourself, why is my product better than that of my competition? Conduct market research to see what customers are asking for. Why is it they're not buying the competitor's product, and what is it they want from your product in order for you to win the market from your competitors? You need to set goals with a definite plan on how you want to achieve making your business a multi-million-dollar business, or keeping the customers and increasing your customer base. So you need to be focused on increasing the number of employees, by increasing the number of employees and the number of people you got to sell your product and deliver your service. You're basically working on increasing your profits and revenue. You need to think about whether you need to have your product sold online through an online store or only through brick and mortar stores. You need additional products and service to keep your business in the consumer eye. You can't just start one product and keep selling the same product year after year, month after month. If you're opening shops in your country, you need to make sure that you are in a position to keep increasing the number of branches in your country. And if you want to open overseas, you must have a strategy of how you're going to open the brand overseas. Is it going to be through franchise, or how you're going to do it? All this should be part of your business plan. One of the most important and dilemma points for any business owner is when I say diversification strategy. And most business owners look at me and say, Professor, why do you talk about diversification? Because no business today, in today's economy, can survive and be profitable unless they diversify their product range or bring new ideas to their range on a regular basis. Does everybody understand that so far, guys? Yes or no? Does everybody understand what I mean so far? Does everybody understand that? Can you wave your hands? Yes or no? Okay, I want to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes only. And what I want you to do in these 2 minutes is I want you to tell me any type of business that you would like to start. I want to start a fashion business. And I want you to tell me after 12 months, how would you diversify that business? After 12 months, how would you diversify that business? Who can tell me? How would you diversify the business? Can anyone tell me? Who wants to put up their hand and try? Come on, anyone, put up your hand. Don't be shy. Tweety, would you like to try? Tweety, would you like to tell me? How would you diversify the business so that you can make more profit? Go ahead, Tweety. Can you open your microphone? Tweety?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how would you diversify your business and make it grow? Do you understand what I mean by diversify, Tweety?
Yes, sir.
How would you do it? Go ahead.
For me, siguro to reduce the risk in my business.
So by diversifying, it means to find other products that would help you make money. So, Tweety, can you look at the camera? All I can see is half your face. I need to see your full face. Please look at the camera. Okay, so when you diversify, it's about improving your product or service. For example, if you sell mobile phones, iPhone comes out with a new phone every year. So when people get sick of one model, Apple diversify with a new model. So how would you diversify your business, Tweety? I can't hear you, Tweety. Would you like to on your microphone? Okay. Can you on your microphone or not?
Sir,
How
do
would
you
you
hear me?
diversify your business?
To upgrade my business, like example, my business is beverage.
Yes.
Example, like
Upgrade it.
milk tea. So if not working in milk tea, so I want to upgrade my business, like have a coffee like that.
Yes. Okay, good. So if you want to upgrade your business, you haven't answered my question. So if you have a coffee business and you want to upgrade it, how would you upgrade it? Would you offer different coffee? Would you come up with new drinks? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. All right, let's go to someone else. Who would like to talk to me? John, you haven't said anything today. Go ahead, John. How would you diversify your business?
Like, for example, the Tiger Alley, which is my business, it all started during the pandemic. It all started with one product, only milk tea.
Okay,
Then,
so what would you do? Would you try to bring in new products, new range?
yes, I did.
All right.
I learned that some of the business in Makati area, like burgers,
Yes.
and I have a friend who suggested me, why don't you sell burger with milk tea?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they found that the burger is great. And then when I have the capital
Yeah.
already, I turned our farm into a restaurant.
Very good.
Then
So,
all of a sudden, yeah.
okay. The other thing you can think of when you serve a burger, most burgers in most countries come in a white bread bun. Now, the new trend now in Korea and Japan is they have a bun baked by the bakery, but the bun is black in color. What they do is they use a food additive to the bun to make it black. All right. And the
Yes.
additive is a nutrient to the bun. It gives it flavor. And what they've developed is they developed new burgers, like a hamburger with lettuce, tomato in a black bun with things like carrot and beetroot. And what has happened in Korea and those countries, simply by the people being attracted to this new way of serving a hamburger in a black bread, has actually brought thousands of people to buy hamburgers, that might be an idea that you want to consider. But first, you would have to find a bakery who develops a black hamburger bun for you. All right? Is that something
That's
you
what I
might,
did.
John? All right, take care.
That's what I did.
Thank you. All right, okay. Does everybody understand what I mean by diversification? Diversification is by coming up with a new idea or a new product that will help you generate more profit. Okay, let's go back to our slides. Okay, so a diversification strategy, guys, refers to expanding the company's operations into a new or unrelated product that you've never tried, like a hamburger and a black bun. Or if you're a coffee shop, you might want to introduce cakes or baguettes or croissants, or you might want to start baking pancakes or make flapjacks or bake waffles in the coffee place, so people can order black coffee and then you cook fresh waffles or pancakes for them. You go away from just selling coffee. And what this is to bring on a new source of income so you can generate more revenue and sell more product by introducing new product or service. So let's talk about this. We have existing products. These are products that you currently have. And what you want to do first is penetrate the market with that. How are you going to push your products into the existing market? 2, you need to also have a team that is constantly thinking of new product development, like John just said, constantly developing new products. You need to focus on new market development strategy. If you're currently only selling your product in Manila, you need to focus on a strategy on how you take your products to other cities in the Philippines, or take it to countries around the Philippines through franchise. And you must always have a diversification strategy. What do I mean by that? I sell coffee. However, people are not drinking hot coffee anymore. I introduce iced coffee. Or people want food. So I diversify into having a cafe with serving light lunch or fresh salads or fruit salads. You diversify. You bring new products into your service line, from going from just a coffee shop to a full-on cafe. You might want to even bring alcohol and serve wine at your cafe. All right. Or you might want to get a liquor license and serve Irish coffee, coffee with whiskey. All of these are methods of diversification depending on the market that you enter. Does everybody understand what I just said? Yes or no? Okay, good. Excellent. All right. So let me talk to Zani. Hi, Zani. Are you there, Zani? You have to switch on your camera. If your photo is there, you will not get a certificate. Zani Hitet, I need to see your live video camera or no certificate will be issued. Are you there, Zani? Would you like to talk to me? Zani Hitet, would you like to talk to me? Go ahead. Okay, again, Zani Hitet, unless you switch on your live video camera, you may not be receiving a certificate. This is your final warning. Thank you. All right, does everybody understand what I just said about diversification? Can you wave your hands to me, everyone? Very good, excellent. Okay, let's go on. Exit strategy. You need to know what your exit strategy for the business is. Exit strategy is a plan that a business owner or founder of the business makes to sell their company or share in a company to other investors. So if you're going to start a business and you want to open more coffee shops and you don't have the money, what are you going to do? Are you going to close down? Are you going to borrow money? Are you going to sell the business? Or are you going to bring in shareholders to invest in your business? Of course, if you have 5 branches and then you decide that you want to raise capital to open 20 branches or expand overseas, you might look at an IPO. That means that you put your business on the stock market and offer people to invest in your business through an initial public offering. But to do that, you must really grow so you would be a business worth investing in. And to go public is a very difficult process. For a lot of you, it's easier to get investment from a private investment or through a loan through a bank. All right, because to go and become a public company, you must have turnover exceeding millions of dollars for you to list yourself as a public company on the stock exchange in your country. And every country has different requirements. Does everybody understand what I mean by exit strategy? Yes, Jade, do you understand what I mean by exit strategy, Jade? Wave your hand, Jade. Thank you. All right. And the exit strategy is not because you want to exit the business. The exit strategy is because you want to make sure that you know what you're going to do if you need to raise more money. Are you just going to walk away and sell the business? Are you going to go to investors? Does everybody understand me so far? Yes or no? Wave your hands if you understand, Wally. Come on. Wave your hands if you understand. Guys, I don't like just to talk. I want you to share your ideas with me. Okay? Does anybody here run a business and has got investors? Put your hand up if you've got investors. No one? Okay. You have. Okay, let's talk to Leonara. Hi, Leonara. Tell me, what have you got and how many investors do you have, Leonara?
Actually, I have a boutique shop, and
Yes.
then we ship worldwide.
Yeah, how many investors do you have?
Sorry?
Do you have investors? Does somebody invest money in your
So
shop?
sorry, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I didn't.
So how many shops do you have? 1, 2, 3? How many?
Two.
All right. So can I ask you, Leonara, how did you get the money to open the second shop? Did you do that through your profit or through your own savings?
No, from the profit.
Okay, very good, Leonara. So Leonara's strategy is to keep the business hers. She does not want to give away ownership. So she uses the profit to expand the business. Very good, Leonara. Leonara, come back. I want to talk to you. Don't close your microphone. Open your microphone again. Are you there, Leonara? Open your microphone again. I can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay.
So, Leonara,
Yeah.
now that you're using self-investment to expand, as your business grows, if you want to go from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10, you need to develop a strategy and ask yourself, can I keep drawing from the profit, or do I need to get an investor, give him 15, 20% of the business and ask him to give me money to open 3, 4, 5 more branches? Do you understand what I mean by diversification opportunities, Leonara? And this is something that you need to keep thinking of. If you have 2 stores that are making money, why not go to 4? Why not go to 6?
It can.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Can.
Excellent. Thank you, Leonara. All right. Does everybody understand what I've explained so far? Great. Excellent. All right. So what I'd like you to do now is I'm going to give you 2 minutes only. 2 minutes only. What I want you to do is get pen and paper. Everybody get pen and paper now. Pen and paper. Everyone got it? Let's go. Okay, I want you to write down one type of business that you're interested in. Just write anything. Fashion business, food business, computer business. And tell me, if you were going to start this computer business, where would you get the money from? Are you going to do it with your own money? Are you going to go to an investor? And number 3 is, how would you make your business better than your competitors? Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Wave your hands. I just want you to write 3 simple bullet points. 3 bullet points. 1, 2, 3. Go. Everybody write it down. 3 bullet points. Okay, you've got 2 minutes. Thank you. All right, let's start. Who's got the first idea? Let's go. Let's talk to Jeff. Jeff Sado, what did you write, Jeff? Talk to me, Jeff. Open that microphone and tell me, young lady, what did you write? Go ahead, Jeff. Okay, who else? Let's try someone else, okay? Salima, what did you write, Salima? Hi, Salima. Okay, read it out to me, Jeff. I can't hear you. You need to read it, gorgeous. Open your microphone, Jeff.
Yeah. Uh,
What
okay.
did you
Can
write?
you hear me?
Sorry?
First of all, first one is steakhouse.
Yes,
Steakhouse slash whiskey bar or a cocktail bar.
yes,
And then second one is artisan coffee shop.
yes.
The third one is supplier of a random items or a different products like frozen products. Because here in China there's so many possibilities that you can resell or you can supply to other stores also or other people or
Very
other
good.
restaurants.
Excellent. Very good. Excellent. Thank you. That's one idea. Who else can give me? That's good. Who can give me another option? Salima, go ahead, Salima. What did you write, Salima? Go ahead, Salima. Okay, Salima, are you there? All right, let's try. Yeah, go ahead, Salima. What did you write?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm so sorry, but I don't get it. What did you say?
Okay, Salima, you need to pay attention, and if you don't understand, you need to wave your hand, all right? Listen
Okay.
carefully. I asked you to think of one business, okay? For example, a restaurant business, okay? I want you to tell me, if you want to start that business, how would you raise money? And number two, how would you make the business grow? You understand the question, Salima? Do you understand the question, Salima?
One more time?
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, listen carefully, young lady. One, you want to start a business. Which business
Yeah.
do you want to start? What is your dream business?
IT technology company.
Okay, I can't hear you, Salima. Speak up. Do you want to start a business? What is your dream? What business do you want to start?
Information technology business.
Okay, all right. And how will you get the money to start the business? Where will you get the money? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know. No
Okay,
idea.
all right, that's okay. It's all right, sweetie. It's okay. I'm here to teach you, all right? So just listen to the class and I'll come back to you. All right. So Salima is honest and I appreciate that. She doesn't know. For many people who want to start the business, they don't know how. They don't know how. Salima is a typical example. I'm going to talk to everybody. Just hold on, guys. Let's go on and let me hear from two other people. Then I'll come back and answer Salima's question. Okay, let's talk to my friend Michael. Michael, hello, Michael. Open your microphone, Michael.
Hello, sir. Can you hear my voice,
Michael,
sir?
tell me,
Hmm.
if you're going to start a business, how did you raise money or how did you start your business? Can you explain?
Yeah. The first time I want to export lobster because I'm already failed one time to export lobster because in Indonesia have the highest capacity lobster actually in the NTB. And then number two is I want to create coffee shops, and number three I want to make a computer service. That's all.
Right, okay. So how would you raise the money? Where are you going to raise the money from?
Right now I am still working at a government Indonesia, so I want
Right.
to earn money with my salary and
So you're going to
live.
use your own money to invest in the business, is that right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Michael, that is good, but you have a danger there because if you invest your salary in the business, you might not have enough to survive. So this is why I'm here today. What you need to do is come up with a document, a business strategy outlining what your idea is, why you think this is going to be successful, how you want to market the product or service, who are your customers, and then you need to start looking for investors that will help you launch the business. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, those investors, Michael, don't have to be the bank. It could be your friends. It could be businessmen who will share the risk with you rather than you investing your whole capital, because it might take you 5 years to save up. You don't need to do that, providing you have a business strategy. Do you understand what I'm saying, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Michael, once you develop that strategy, if you want me to help you with it and read it, you just WhatsApp me and send me the outline and I'll help you add to it. All right, mate?
Yes, may I take your phone number, sir?
I will give it to everyone at the end of the class. Just write it down. Okay, thank you,
My
Michael.
pleasure, sir.
All right, let's go on. Let's talk to someone else. Let's talk to Rekil. Hi, Rekil. How are you? Sorry, I mispronounced your name, young lady. Tell me, what did you answer to the question I asked the class today?
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. What I want is collecting waste material and make it useful things. It's just like turn trust into a creative design. From there, you can start business in a small capital and earn a profit. Not only that, remember that recycling materials is the key to help the environment clean.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So can I ask you, have you done this? Are you doing it or have you already done it?
Actually, I was trying to started this business because I am a creative person, so I like designing.
All right.
I
So
like
what has? All right. But that's. Can I just ask you? Do you have the money to start the business, or is finance your issue?
I can have it. I can.
All right.
I can start
Okay.
it with
Again, Rakil,
with my. I can start that business in a small capital actually, and
okay. All right. So what is it that stopped you? What is it that you're looking for? Why you didn't start it? Can you summarize for me in 2 points?
just like if you collecting a bottle, like
Right.
use bottles, then I can turn it into a pencil case. I can design it to make a flower base or
Okay,
another
all right.
materials.
Okay, all
You
right.
can design
So again,
as a
Rakil, I think what you need to do is you have a similar problem to some of the others. You're not definite about what you want to do. You say flour or other material. You need to come up with a business strategy. Exactly what material? What is the demand by the consumer? Which material are they prepared to buy? You need to go and test market to see who your competitors are. And then you need to contact me and say, Mr. Wally, okay, I've looked at using this material, this material, this material. The cost of using material is this, and I can make $2 profit per unit. You need to actually do all your research and come up with a proper strategy, Rakil, before you even go and start your money. Otherwise, if you invest your money now, you're going to lose it. Do you understand that, young lady? Yes or no? Very good. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let me go on. And let me just answer some of the people that have put their remark in the chat box. Okay, let's go to the chat box. If you are listening and have switched on your camera, you will not get a certificate unless you put a message here why. Otherwise, your camera must be on. I have a restaurant, all need to grow the business. I start small capital, need to save profit. If I get 80% sales, 30% I save from profit. So often I can top up my stocks again more than yesterday. Okay, well, thank you for that, Arles. Yeah, I understand what you're going through, Arles, and this is what most self-operated businesses are, Arles. you're running it yourself. But unless if you need to top up to buy raw material, then your business, okay, thank you, Karen. Okay, if your business is not making enough to cover, thank you, Sharice, noted. Okay, so if your business is not making money, if your business is not making money to cover expenses and you have to top up, that means you're not running a business. That means, Arlene, that you need to look at why you're running the business. Maybe your product is not being sold at a high enough price, or maybe your expenses are too high. Just one moment, please. I've got somebody messaging me. I can't turn on my camera currently in the clinic. Well, as soon as you leave the clinic, Maureen, you need to switch on your camera, ma'am. I need to see your face before the end of the lesson for you to get the certificate. Okay, John, you're going on duty at Starbucks. Noted. Thank you. All right. So if you're not making enough money to cover your expenses and you have to top up, you have a serious problem and you're not running a business. And that means you should stop trying to run a business. You should look at the cost of your product, your food costs, and whether the price you're selling your products for is too low. And I'll talk more about that shortly. Okay, let's go on. Let's talk to one more student. Maricel, go ahead, Maricel. Hi, Maricel. What did you write down?
Yes, hello. Actually, sir, we had our business already. It's a photography business here in our area. It's we cover different kinds of special occasion like weddings, birthdays, like that. A photography business.
All right.
It's a photography business.
Okay. All right. So how would you do that? What would you need to do that?
Okay. The first thing that we do is we bought some DSLR cameras and other high-end equipments like lights, because we set up some studio in our area. So that's our business goals.
All right, very good. Again, Maricel, what you're saying is reasonable, Maricel, but you need to look further into it, and you need to put more attention into why you're doing this, okay? What will be the benefit? Do you understand what I'm saying, Maricel?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And if you need help with that, Maricel, send me your ideas and I'll try to help you, because what you're doing is you're taking a large gamble. You need to find out more about.
But yes, Sir Raleigh, but here in our area, the photography business is doing great because we don't have a competitor here. We just only one studio. So
you have no competitor.
Yes, we don't.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, then you're on the right track. You're a monopoly. Very good. Congratulations.
Yes, that's why a good yes.
All right.
So that's the only thing that we can do is we bought some different kinds of high-end equipments.
Can I ask you, Maricel, how long have you been operating it for?
Actually, we opened 2012.
All right, and
until now.
And you're still the only one providing it. Is that right?
Yes. Me and my husband.
So can I ask you, Maricel, how do you intend to grow your product range? Are you diversifying?
Maybe we will going to put another branch in other area, and we will buy some different kinds of.
Okay, so if you're going to diversify by opening more branches, that's not diversification, that's expansion, okay? So if you're going to expand, are you going to go and raise money through investors, or are you going to do that through your profit? Because you're a monopoly, there's no one to compete with.
Well, I will like to offer that to my friends and some close friends that I'm going to put an investment like that, so we could share.
So what I suggest, Maricel, is I'm going to give my WhatsApp number at the end of today's lesson, all right? Sure. And what you do is send me a bullet point of what you're trying to raise investment for and how much. And I will help you and give you a template of how to prepare a business plan and then guide you. Would that help you?
Okay.
Good on you, Maricel.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, thank you for that. Let's go on. So what we've achieved from the 4 people, or what we've heard from the 4 people, is Maricel has a market where she's in a monopoly. She has no competition. So for her, she's got an upper hand advantage. What we learned from Salima is she wants to start a business, but she needs to understand how to go about doing it. And hopefully she will. What I learned from others is they have a plan, but they don't know enough about the business they're running in order to make it successful. And that's why business strategy is very important. Let's go back to the first foundation of business strategy. Remember I showed you the slide that said your vision, right? What is your vision? Your vision is, what do you want? What do I want my company to be famous for? Do I want to make product that is healthy for children? Do I want to become a company that just helps me feed my family? Do I want to become a company that's multinational? What do I want? What is my vision? Number two, what is my objective? Is my objective to make the product locally? Is my objective to have it made for me? Is my objective to sell it in my hometown only? Or is my objective to open shops or sell it online? These are things that you need to establish. And a lot of you don't seem to understand what your vision is. You just run businesses, but you don't know what the vision for that business is. Michael, on the other hand, has a vision, but he has to develop it further before he invests his money. Otherwise, Michael is going to lose his money. Do you understand that, Michael? Yes, okay. If you're running a business and every month you have to top up from your own pocket, it means that you're selling your product at a price which is too low, or your food cost, the cost of your raw material, is too high. These are all fundamental elements in business strategy. Let's go on. Okay, here we go. 20 Harira, you need to switch on your camera. But yes, it's okay. You can switch it off, go and cook and come back. No issue. But, you know, maybe you could leave your cooking later and attend the class first. I would be appreciative. Okay, let's go on. Let's go to the next slide, guys. So for those of you who can't even come up with a strategy to start a business, it's really important that you remember what we said at the beginning, because for you to start a business, you must have a strategy. You must have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy to go in, then you will lose your money and you will go out of business and you will owe money. You'll be bankrupt. So entry strategy is very important. And then the growth strategy is a must. And last but not least, you need to know what happens after 6 months or 12 months. How are you going to get more customers to buy your product? Are you going to bring in new products? Are you going to launch a new design? You need to have a strategy. Expansion is not diversification. Expansion is a growth. However, diversification is what you're going to do to bring new ideas to the business. An exit strategy means that if you have two or four stores and you want to go larger, how are you going to raise funds to go larger? Are you going to borrow money, or are you just going to stay the way you are? What is your strategy? All right, let's talk about this. So, company, original owner, new owner. So I have a company, I'm the original owner, and I want to find a new owner to acquire my company. That could be one exit strategy. The other one is company, I'm the original owner, but I want a partner or an investor to help me grow my business. Another exit strategy. So you want to grow the business by sharing the financial responsibility with two people. So instead of you owning 100%, you would get 25% or 50% to another party. Now, if you don't want to do that, you just want to sell the business, then you would sell it to a new owner. let's look at this. Now, common exit motives. Some people start a business, okay, and they don't want to run the business. They get married, they want to have children. So they want to sell the business to look after their children. They want the return on their investment. Now, this is not a short-term end. For most people who start businesses, you must have a 2 to 3 year plan. It's no point saying I'm going to start the business and sell it after 6 months. You will fail. The other reason some people have an exit plan is they say, I'll run the business for 10 years and then I want to retire. I'll either pass the business to my children or I'll sell it. The other business reason for exit is they've lost too much money because they don't have a diversification plan, their product is not good enough for market, or they're losing money due to poor service. They want to exit. And last but not least, your business fails because of COVID-19. Your factory's closed, you had to pay salaries, you lost money. Things that happen through unexpected results. COVID-19, earthquake, typhoon that ruins your factories. All of these are reasons for you to exit. All right, so what do we need to make sure we're ready for all these different elements? Starting the business, managing the business, growing the business, diversifying the business, and a possible exit plan. An effective business plan is a plan that guides you through each stage of starting and managing your business. You'll use this business plan like a GPS for how to structure, run, and grow your new business. It's a way to think through and detail all key elements of how your business will run. These are key fundamentals. Otherwise, you shouldn't start a business because you will lose your investment. Okay, let's talk about the reasons. You need a business strategy to minimize your risk. You need to understand what is the business potential. How much can this business make? Is there a market for this new business? Can I attract investment and get funding to start and grow my business? Can I plan for different scenarios? Can I build a better budget and a financial forecast that will help me, show me how much I need 1 year down the line? How much do I have to pay in salaries every month? You need to understand how much money you need to run that business for the first 6 to 12 months. And you also need to make sure that you employ the right people who can run the business, otherwise it will fail. And last but not least, you have to understand who are your customers and what is your market before you invest in any business. Okay, so remember, guys, we learned some time ago about what we call the 5 C's that you need to identify in running a business. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody remember the 5 C's? Yes or no? Yes or no? The 5 C's are about being centric before you open a business. The first one is about being customer centric. You must put yourself in the shoes of your potential customers and understand what they want in your product and why they want it. You must think like they think. The second one is that you must be product centric. You must ask yourself, why would customers buy my product? What makes my product or service better than my competitors? The third one, you must be price centric. You must understand how much people are paying for your product in your market and how much they're prepared to pay if you produce a same product which may be better than the ones already in the market. You have to put yourself in your customer's shoes. You have to do the research before you invest your money in a business. So, customer-centric, product-centric, price-centric. The next one you have to look at is you have to be service-centric. You have to understand what sorts of service do customers who buy handphones want. Do they just want a shop to buy it from? Or do they want a shop that delivers to them online? Do they want somebody to come to their house and show them the mobile? You have to understand the level of service that customers want in the business that you're going to open. Last but not least, you have to understand the market you want to target. Are you targeting people who come to your shop? Are you targeting the online customer? Or are you targeting about selling your product through Amazon, through Amazon's complete distribution chain? Or are you targeting to run your business outside your house in the garden every morning? What is your market? What is the market you want to target? If you can't identify your market before you start a business, you shouldn't be starting a business. Do you understand that, everyone? Can everybody wave their hands? Yes or no? So the 5 elements of centricity I am going to write in the message box. Can everybody go to the chat box? I'm going to write them now. Just one moment, please. Okay, here they are. Number 1, customer-centric. Number 2, product-centric. Number 3, price-centric. Number 4, service. And number 5, did everybody write those down? Yes or no? Everybody take them from the chat box. Salima? Go to the chat box, Salima. They're in the chat box. They're written in the chat box. Did everybody copy them? They're in the chat box, okay? All right. So you need to understand these 5 elements of what we call being centric. What I mean by you being centric is you understand the business you're going into before you start it. Otherwise, you should not start a business. Everybody understand that? Could you wave your hands for me? Very good. Okay, so all of these are the reasons you need a strategic business plan. All right. Some people go into a business with a fixed mindset, and some people have an open mindset. A fixed mindset is connected to someone who thinks, I can open a restaurant, everybody will like my food, my family likes my food. And these people are someone that basically want to prove to themselves that they have a good idea. Okay, let me just repeat that if you have a fixed mindset and you're starting a business for the first time without understanding the business that you're starting, usually as soon as you make a mistake, you will start failing because you do not have a plan on how you're going to fix that mistake, or you do not have enough right people to help you fixing it. And what happens is you then say to yourself, well, I'm always going to fail. I'm stupid. I'll just close the business. You've wasted your money. So a fixed mindset is a dangerous mindset to open a business. All right. So usually a fixed mindset is someone who doesn't want help, who think they know better than everybody else, somebody who doesn't want to actually find out the truth about their product before they start. Okay, they don't want to make any effort. They just want to invest and make a profit quickly. And whenever somebody tells them about how to fix their business, they get defensive and feel like they're threatened. They don't like anyone to help them. Fixed mindset. And these people usually fail. So let's look at fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, okay? A fixed mindset is something you are born with fixed skills, something to avoid, okay, challenges or lack of skill. You're not interested, okay? Effort. You want something that you don't want to spend too much time in. You want something easy. You do not want people to give you any feedback, and you blame others when you fail. This is a fixed mindset. This is what we call the wrong mindset. I repeat, it is the wrong mindset. Does everybody understand what I mean by the wrong mindset? Yes or no? Okay, it is definitely the wrong mindset. This is not the mindset you want. This will see you fail. Let's talk about a growth mindset. It's one where you have come from hard work, you've thought about it, you've done your research, you understand the 5 C's. It's one where you've tested the market, you've asked people about whether they would buy your product or service. You are basically ready to give your full commitment and put in all the effort to make it happen. And you're ready to get feedback from people on how to improve your business. You're ready to employ people to help you. And you see any mistakes as an idea for you to learn and correct from. So a growth mindset is the way to run a business. A fixed mindset will see you fail. Does everybody understand what I mean by an open mindset and a fixed mindset? Yes or no? A fixed mindset is somebody who's stubborn, who thinks they know how to run a business, but they've got no idea. An open mindset, better known as a growth mindset, is somebody who asks people for ideas. They understand their future customers. They understand the market. And when they make a mistake, they say, I learn from it, I improve. A fixed mindset will just say, I'm right, they're wrong, I'll just close my business. A fixed mindset will fail. A growth mindset will succeed. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Put your hands up. Thank you. So let's go to the growth mindset again, and let's look at what the growth mindset is. Okay, a growth mindset is connected to a conviction or attributes that are things that you can develop and enhance through dedicated effort, focus, and persistence. With a growth mindset, one's baseline talents, incapacity, as well as relative thoughts, weaknesses represent a starting point and learning and development. And this means that you're prepared to get help, okay? You're prepared to get help. And how do you get help? By employing more people or learning from people before you start the business. With a growth mindset, failure illuminates areas for improvement and is seen as an opportunity to embrace, not to demerit the worthiness or shame or disappointment. Could you please stop drawing on my screen? Otherwise, I'll remove you from my class. All right, so remember, open mindset is a mindset of a real entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is about having an open mindset to become successful. Look at Steve Jobs. He had an open mindset. He started Apple. After he started Apple, the people he employed fired him. He learned from his mistakes. He developed 4 companies. And the only reason Apple is successful today is because they paid Steve Jobs millions for 4 companies that he started. he went back and made Apple what it is today because he had the creative talent of what an iPhone is. Apple didn't. He had iOS, which Apple didn't. They fired him because they thought his ideas were strange. 2 years later, the 4 companies he started were million-dollar companies. And the only way Jobs would go back was when they bought him and his companies. Open mindset. Should they have fired Jobs? No, because if they didn't fire him, Apple would have been more profitable earlier and they wouldn't have had to pay hundreds of millions for Jobs to come back. But they had a closed mindset, a fixed mindset. They weren't prepared to listen. And by the time that Jobs opened 4 companies, they realized that unless they go to an open growth mindset and get Jobs to come back, Apple would have gone bankrupt. There would be no Apple iPhone today. Individuals and businesses may greatly differ in their foundational talent. So when you start a business with a growth mindset, you have to be open to getting people to help you run the business. All right. An open mindset will, 1, help you to learn more about the business. It will help you to actually manage any errors or any mistakes you make. It will help you to persist in the face of setback. For example, Steve Jobs. It will help you see effort as a path to mastery. Steve Jobs was involved in the design of every Apple product. He did not take the lazy way out. And Steve Jobs listened to his customers. He took advice from his customers about iPhones. That's why they became so successful. All right. An open growth mindset will always reach higher levels of achievement through more creative products and through an ability to learn from others in the same business or industry. Let's talk about COVID-19. COVID-19 saw the world close due to a pandemic. Does everybody remember COVID-19? You all remember COVID-19? Wave your hands. Who can tell me what happened to companies during COVID-19? What happened? Who can tell me? Who can tell me what happened to companies during COVID-19?
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. What happened?
When the COVID-19 pandemic, the business on the around is some is closed down, some business is losing. Yeah, some business is keeping on, but they change the digital marketing planning. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This is
Okay,
my
all
opinion.
right. So some businesses during COVID-19, they could no longer open shops, okay? Some people went bankrupt because they couldn't sell any product. Some factories had to close for 3-6 months in China. They went bankrupt. So businesses ended up being in a situation where they could no longer survive. Some businesses who survived did it because they developed an online market. They had product straight away. They put their product on Amazon or went online with their product and they survived. So what we're saying is COVID-19 left businesses in turmoil. Some companies lost millions and millions of dollars. Some companies had been in business for 20 years and folded all over the world. It's because they had no strategy. They had no strategy. If the business had a strategy, they would have known that if one day there's a pandemic and the factories had to close, do we have enough product in a warehouse to deliver to our customers online? How do we survive and pay salaries if there's a pandemic? Companies didn't have that. There was no business strategy or plan if they ever faced a pandemic. So what did business learn during the pandemic? is that if they don't have a plan, they need to develop one. Now, is that wrong? No, it's because these businesses failed to develop a proper business strategy at the beginning. Do you understand what I mean by that, everyone? Whenever you start a business, you need to have a strategy. I'm going to sell my product in the shop in Manila, but also I'm going to sell my product online. So if one day my shop in Manila closes, I will still have income online. Do you understand what I mean by strategic planning? Yes or no? Can everybody wave their hands? Very good, thank you. Let's go on. Just one moment, please. Okay, just one moment. Let me go back to my screen. All right, so how do you overcome market disruptions? You overcome market disruptions by having a plan in place. You have to know strategic framing. I'm running a brick and mortar store. What happens if one day there's a typhoon? What happens if one day I can't pay the rent anymore? Can my business run online? And so if this fails, my online business is successful. But you don't wait until your online, your brick and mortar business, your shop closes because you can't pay the rent, and then look to open an online store because you've already failed. You've damaged your product and your reputation. You must always have a plan in place. Okay, so part of the strategy to be successful and to be a winner in starting a business is to reimagine. I repeat, reimagine. Be prepared to improvise, be agile, come up with new products, don't copy others. Have small high-performance teams that collaborate and help you. For example, employ 1 or 2 people to help you, but find people that know more about the business than you do and can help you make it successful. Reimagine it. Combine speed and rigor to solve practical problems. Do your market research. Make sure that you understand the service-centric levels that your customers want. If the customer wants to receive their product in 2 days, make sure you're able to deliver the product in 2 days because your competitor does. Otherwise, you will fail. Reimagine. Reimagination means that you have to come up with new ways to deliver a better product faster at a better price and not compromise on the quality of the product. If you had a restaurant before COVID-19 and you had a delivery service before COVID-19, you had a mobile app where people could order food, your restaurant would have kept selling food during COVID-19 through delivery, and you would not have gone bankrupt. But for the restaurants that didn't, they couldn't pay the rent. And by the time they developed a mobile app and started selling food online, a lot of them were already bankrupt. A lot of them did not go to Grab or Food Panda or any other food delivery service because they didn't know. They never asked. And by the time they wanted it, it took like a month or 2 for these online services to sign you up as a restaurant. By then, they were already broke. You have to replan. What do we mean by replan? You have to make sure that you don't rely on people who don't know the business. You have to make sure that you bring people in who know the business. You need to make sure that you plan to not only have a brick and mortar store, but also an online store. You have to always ask yourself, what are the problems my competitors face and how can I stop that? All right, thank you. Let's go on to a reinvent. You have to have clear goals, about how your business will be better than your competitor. Remember, today in business, the customer is first. You have to be centric, customer centric, product centric, price centric, service centric, and market centric. And your quality has to be maintained. Can't say that today my restaurant served poor quality because we could only use frozen pork. Might as well not run a business. If you're going to open a restaurant and promise your customers quality food, that means you cook fresh pork every day and do not, after you open, decide to go back to frozen pork because it's cheaper. It means you're on a road to losing your customers because there's no quality control or consistency. So when you think of coming into business, make sure you reinvent it and think about how you're going to win customers from your competitors by being better. You need to recover all from day one. When you start a business, you need to make sure that you manage your cost. For example, the young lady who said before she runs a food business, but some months she doesn't make enough money and she must top up. She needs to reevaluate her business and the type of business she's running and how many staff she has. Does she need them? Is her food cost too high, or can she lower her food cost? She needs to do that. For example, if I'm running a school and I have a lot of students who prefer to study online rather than come to college every day, should I open e-learning systems and allow my college students to study online? This is called scaling up the business. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you wave your hands to me, please? Okay. So to recover the business is to leverage. Now, in Singapore during COVID-19, the government gave companies money to open an online platform or online store. So in most countries, governments help businesses to become IT friendly. If you have a brick and mortar store in Singapore or in some countries, you can go to the government and ask for money to help you develop e-commerce. You should look into that. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Do you understand that, Jacqueline? Okay, good. Examples. For a school, going from teaching classes to implementing online learning during COVID-19 was easy if you had an online learning platform. For those schools that didn't, they had only like 1 or 2 weeks, even the Singapore government. They had to develop a system so school kids can study from home. The Singapore government did it. Within 3 weeks of COVID-19 starting, they got software and they made all teachers teach their classes online. So students could stay at home and study online. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, recover. You need to have a plan on how you can keep your business going if anything happens. This part of your business strategy. Always seize opportunities. Always be prepared to do something new. Take a risk, because if you don't take a risk, you cannot make money. You need to nurture and support with the right environment for growth. You need to acquire new mindsets and have the best brains and talent. Okay, look at the airline industry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the airline industry. The airline industry during COVID-19 suffered. Airlines lost money. So how did they get money? Some airlines changed their aircraft to carry cargo. Some airlines actually started taking their passenger aircraft out and using them to put parcels from China and Amazon on the seats. They filled the plane with parcels and made the plane fly back full of parcels instead of passengers. All right? So this is called diversification for the airline industry, because demand fell abruptly during COVID-19 and they had to keep making money. All right, so leading airlines that build a brand promise sustainability, they promise service. So after COVID-19, all these airlines came back and they started discounting prices. But people were so frustrated because for 2 years they couldn't travel. When the airlines came back, everybody wanted to travel. So airlines had to find more flights. They had to bring back aircraft that was switched off during COVID-19. They had to find more airline cabin crew because during COVID-19, they fired people because there was no work. These are all challenges the airline industry faced. The distribution industry. During COVID-19, some countries, they could not distribute products because there was no ships. Cargo stopped. The only way they could ship was by plane, and that became expensive. Right? In some countries, they had no delivery network. And what happened? Supply chains stopped. Companies like Amazon were lucky because they felt that building the best-in-class distribution network, offering products they used to avoid due to technical or supply chain challenges. So what they did, Amazon did during COVID, is they quickly opened more distribution centers in different countries and put as much product in those countries, like the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong. They had distribution centers all over the world. And as soon as COVID started, they started moving product from their US warehouses to their local warehouses. And that's why Amazon was able to promise people delivery within 3 to 5 days during COVID, because Amazon planned to have different distribution channels. But the distribution industry in general was suffering. Factories in China were producing product. They couldn't ship it to their buyers overseas because all the ships stopped. They couldn't sail. They were banned because of COVID-19. Factories were closed. They couldn't put the products in containers. They had no plan, and that's why they failed. That's why factories in China went bankrupt. The semiconductor industry, technology. Okay, the semiconductors industry aggregate annual growth could average 6 to 8% a year up to 2030, resulting in a $1 trillion industry. However, artificial intelligence and demand for electric vehicles, manufacturers and designers need to actually now come up with new computer technology. They need to put artificial intelligence into their cars. So they need computer chips that will help them build artificially intelligent cars. So this means that people who make computer chips need to actually bring in new chips and new technology for them to stay active in the industry. And if they do, they will be a $1 trillion industry. All right, so let's talk about business planning versus crisis management. If you plan your business in advance, then you won't have to fight to survive like businesses did during COVID-19, because they already planned, they already knew what their businesses were. Does everybody understand that? They had a plan, they knew what to do. So business planning will help you avoid crisis management. Making time planning can reduce you losing your investment and closing your business. An effective business plan, ladies and gentlemen, should be based on the data that you have about your product or market, customer-centric, product-centric, price-centric, service-centric, and market-centric. For example, you can't sell pork in Saudi Arabia. Only very small shops with a special government license. So if you manufacture pork or non-halal product, Saudi Arabia is not your market. Right? So you have to make sure you understand your market and who your customers are. You have to have a vision. You have to have a mission. You have to have objectives. You have to have a strategy. You have to know how you're going to approach it. Are you going to sell it online? Are you going to sell it offline? Are you going to put it in Amazon? Are you going to keep the stock in your own warehouses and pay rent? Are you going to do your own marketing? Or are you going to rely on an Amazon distribution channel? Okay? And you have to have tactics. You need to understand the tactics. You need to have enough people to help you run the business. Your business plan should have an executive summary, a mission statement, a company background, a description of your product, a marketing plan, a competitor analysis, a SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities and threats that you'll face in your market. You should have an operation plan of how you're going to get your product, how you're going to distribute it. And you should have a financial plan on how much money you need for the first 6 months or 12 months. And if you don't have it, how are you going to raise that money? Remember, the critical ingredients of a business plan are an executive summary, a description of the business, and all the other information that I asked you for, marketing and financial plan. You need to be able to explain what are the products that you're going to sell or what are the services you're going to sell. Okay, let's go on. Here in the material, I've given you an example of an executive summary which you can read. Now, if any of you want to produce your own executive summary for your business, you're quite welcome to write it and send it to me, and I will help you correct it before you use it. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Wave your hands. Wave your hands. Okay, so what does the executive summary do? Somebody is drawing on my screen. If you do not remove your drawing now, I'm going to kick you out of my class. Stop drawing on my screen now. Okay, does everybody understand what I said? So an executive summary is something that talks about the business, something that talks about what the business is. What does it do? And it must describe the 5 W's. Who is the business? What does it do? Why does it do it? When will the business start? And where will the business carry out its business? All right, does everybody understand that? So the executive summary must answer these 5 elements, the 5 W's. The description of the business. You must talk about what are the products and services you will offer. This is fundamental. Okay? You must also talk about what the goals of the business are and which customers you will service. Will you service married people, working people, school kids? Who are your customer target and why? Okay. In your market, you need to describe what is the market for it. Where will you market it? Online or how? What does a typical buyer look for in your market? What do they expect? Do they want a product that is cheaper than your competitor, better than your competitor? What level of service do they want? And does your business have anything, all right, that would make you better than your competitor? Put your idea to the test. That is what we mean by being centric. Put your idea in your customer's shoes before you start the business, before you write your business plan. Make sure you look at your competitors by doing what we call a SWOT analysis. Okay? By doing what we call a SWOT analysis. And I've given you a copy here of the template for a SWOT analysis. Now, what is a SWOT analysis? A SWOT analysis is basically you understand who what your strengths are. What are the strengths of your product? Why is it stronger? Why is your company stronger? What are your weaknesses? What are your product's weaknesses? Who are the threats to you in your market? And what opportunities can you use to improve? Could it be because your product is more efficient than your competitor? Could it be that your strength is that you can get the product manufactured cheaper? What are your strengths compared to your competitors? What are your weaknesses compared to your competitors? Who are your threats? Is there any other companies that are your threat that can sell it cheaper than you, and why? And what are the opportunities for you to be stronger than your competitors? You need to ask, what are your resources? What are your strengths? What are our resources? Do we have the resources? You need to ask, what are your weaknesses? Where do we look? What are our vulnerabilities? Is our product better or weaker than the competitor? And if it's weaker, how do we fix it? How can it be improved? Opportunities. What else can we do to actually be more profitable than our competitors? What are new technologies that we can use to be better than our competitors? What does the market need that we can provide? Again, the 5 C's and the threats. Does everybody understand that, ladies and gentlemen? Here we describe the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. You need to establish these before you open a business. Okay, so remember, ladies and gentlemen, that as well as a marketing plan, you also need a financial plan with financial projections. You need to actually have what we call the king's strategist in mind. And what do I mean by the king's strategist? The know-it-all, strong and independent chief executive having a clear vision of where to take the organization. So by the time you've developed the business plan, you should know exactly what your strengths, what your weaknesses are. All right? However, if you want to be a servant strategist, okay, you need to be basically favors a participative or democratic approach. So remember, the king strategist is someone who thinks he knows it all. He thinks he has all the answers. Strengths, I have strong, well-founded ideas, and he wants to make it happen. His weaknesses is sometimes he won't listen to people and he loses touch because he thinks he knows it all. Okay? And too far ahead and expect too much of others. So he thinks he's got the best product, but his product is failing. He gets frustrated and at the end he fails. This is the king strategist. Let's go to the servant strategist. This is the growth mindset, not the fixed mindset. And this is someone who wants to learn, who has a strong ability to be creative and work with people, able to create a shared strategy with the people who work for him so they feel responsible and ownership. All right, so remember, if you want to be a servant strategist, the only thing that can make you fail is if you don't share your vision with the people who work for you. As long as you share the vision and the whole team knows it and have the same vision as you, you will be successful with the growth mindset. Let's look at the top-down approach. Okay, the top-down approach is you tell them what to do. Jobs are altered and completed based on higher authority. Employees receive specific tasks. Tasks are developed by upper management. This is what we said by the king strategist. If we go to the other approach, from the bottom-up approach, employees get taught how to do the job. They actually can tell their supervisor or manager how they can make job easier and do the job better and faster. This builds confidence within the company, and that means tasks are completed faster, the product is of a better quality, and what happens is the company makes money because everybody in the company understands the approach and they can share their problems and get them fixed. All right. However, the top-down approach, no one listens to the employees, problems are not fixed, and by the time they're fixed, the company may go bankrupt. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, there is different types of strategists. Okay, you need to look at each type of strategist and understand what is the right strategy. Are you a king? Are you a servant, an elder, a prince, or a joker strategist? Okay, now I can tell you which strategist I want to be. I can tell you, but I want you to decide which strategist you are. And I want all of you to send me a WhatsApp telling me why you chose to be a king strategist or a servant strategist or an elder strategist. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? So what I want you to do is I'm going to share my WhatsApp number with all of you in the chat box now. I want each of you by Monday or Tuesday, because you'll receive your PowerPoint on Monday. By Tuesday or Wednesday, I want you to read the PowerPoint. And I want each of you to send me one WhatsApp message. Mr. Wally, I am a king strategist. Mr. Wally, I am a elder strategist. Do you understand that, guys? Yes or no? Does everybody understand that? You need to focus on what you're learning. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? All right, you need to focus. You need to be able to address the problems and ask yourself, which strategist am I? Am I a king strategist? Am I a servant strategist? And I want you to send me a WhatsApp. Very simple answer. I'm Salima. I'm a king strategist because I am Ohma. I am a servant strategist because. Does everybody understand that, guys? Yes or no? All right. Let's go to the chat box. I'm going to put my contact for you all in case you want to ask me a question or you need help. Here we go. Did everybody get my number in the chat box? Yes or no? Raise your hands. Very good. So basically, let me explain again. What I want you to do by Wednesday at the latest is send me a one-line message in WhatsApp only. Hello, Wally. I'm Flora. I'm a king strategist because. That's it. All right? And I will answer you to make sure that your reason is okay. All right? If I don't answer you, it means it's correct. If I answer you, it means you've got the wrong strategy. But you must tell me why. You understand that? And don't copy from my PowerPoint. Tell me why you think you're a king strategist. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? All right. Does everybody understand why it's important to have the correct business strategy? Yes or no? Very good. Okay. All right. I have a question. Let me go back. Who raised their hand? Okay. Remember, guys, on Monday night, we have Monday Motivation Madness, and I expect to see you all in Monday Night Motivation Madness. Has everybody understood what I've explained today? Yes or no? Okay. Remember, guys, that business strategy is not just about saying, I want to open a hamburger restaurant and putting money in it. That's not a strategy. You're just dreaming, because unless you know how you're going to make a better hamburger and not copy McDonald's, you will fail. That's a fact. I'm in Kyrgyzstan at the moment lecturing, and I went to a pizza place in Kyrgyzstan called Dodo Pizza, which is not Pizza Hut. It's a local brand of pizza. Now, they found many years ago that they had problems selling the whole pizza. So now they sell pizza either as whole or by the slice. They also copy the American hot dog concept. Now, here in Kyrgyzstan, more people buy pizza by the slice than they do whole pizza. All right. So Dodo didn't do that, they would have failed. And now they have like 10 branches in Kyrgyzstan, but they don't follow the Pizza Hut idea. They come in with pizza which meets the local taste bud, because if they copy Pizza Hut, they would have failed. Do you understand what I mean by that? To start a business, you must think out of the box. You must reinvent. You must rediscover. You must reinvent. Do you understand that, everyone? Don't copy Starbucks. Don't copy Pizza Hut, because you'll fail. Do you understand that, ladies and gentlemen? I cannot show you how to write a business plan in 2 hours. What I can do is give you a sample and offer that if you want to write one, you write it and send it to me and I'll help you correct it. But it can't happen overnight. It will take maybe 7 days for me to respond to you. Does everybody understand that, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no? Can you wave your hands if you understand? Does anybody have any questions you'd like me to answer quickly before I go? I have another class. Any questions? Yes, go ahead, Salima. Hi, Salima. Unmute your microphone, Salima. Any questions? Okay, guys, you will all get your certificate plus your PowerPoint material, providing you've switched on your camera, or otherwise providing you've explained to me why. You will get your material and your certificate by email on Monday or Tuesday. Remember, keep on learning, keep on growing, and remember, learning is your gate to becoming successful. Anyone else with any questions? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining BizTalk. It's been my pleasure having you. Please go to Facebook, go to Instagram, and say, Wally, I enjoyed your BizTalk. Please. I come here and I deliver these BizTalks with passion. If you enjoy these, go to Facebook, say, BizTalk is a great learning tool. I encourage all students to join. Wally, I enjoyed your subject. Wally, teach us more. Okay, can everybody do that for me, please? Yes or no? Wave your hands for me. Thanks, everybody. Good night and God bless you all. I'll see you at the next BizTalk.